So hello friends, Dr. Mohanil Verma here from Department of Applied Physics, Sri Shankaracharya Technical Campus, Bhilai, with 10 best numerical exercises in laser and optical fiber. This is lecture number 10.8. This part of CS50 Physics, learn with me. Outlines I have included here total 10 numerical exercises, 6 from optical fibers and 4 from laser. This is the problem number, exercise number 1. One glass clad fiber is made with a core class of refractive index 1.5 and cladding is doped to give the fractional index difference of 0.005. Actually, that numerical problem is related to this optical fiber and laser. These are mostly formula based, and if a student have some knowledge of some formulas and other things, then and the related units, then one can. So what we have to find here is the cladding index, the critical internal reflection angle C, C the external critical acceptance angle, and D the numerical aperture. So given data is N1, that is 1.5, and delta, that fractional index, is equal to 0.0005. And first of all we have to calculate N2 to get the parameters. So in order to get that N2, we will use this formula delta is equal to N1 minus N2 by N1, and by putting this N1 and this delta value from this given data, one can get this N2 is equal to 1.49925, and obviously this is less than the N1 as per the condition of that total internal reflection and the mechanism of optical fiber. Second is one can calculate this critical internal reflection angle, the critical angle theta c, and the formula is sin theta c, that is equal to N2 by N1. N2 is the refractive index of cladding and N1 is the core. We have calculated N2 1.49925 here, and by putting this N2 and N1 here and using simple calculation, one can get the theta c, that is equal to 88.2 degree. Now for the calculation of acceptance angle, we will use this formula theta naught is equal to sin inverse root of N1 square minus N2 square, and here we have taken the first medium, that launching medium is air, so N naught is equal to 0, so N1 square minus N2 square. By putting this N1 and N2, one will get that theta naught is equal to 2.720, and in order to calculate any numerical aperture, we will use that sin theta, and that is equal to root of N1 square minus N2 square, and by putting the value of N1 and N2, one can easily get this N is equal to 0.04724. So the exercise number 2, an optical fiber has numerical aperture of equal to 0.2 and the refractive index of cladding 1.59, and we have to determine the acceptance angle and the fiber in the water. Here the medium has been changed, which has the refractive index of 1.33. So N1 in place of N2 here, N1, N2 is given here, N is given, so we will use this formula for Na. N is equal to root of N1 square minus N2 square. By taking that first medium as N naught first, that air, so N naught is equal to 1. So by putting this value of Na 0.20, one can easily get N1 is equal to 1.6025, and this will be more than that cladding index. Now inside the water, N is equal to root of N1 square minus N2 square by N naught. So by putting the value of N1, N2 and N naught, initially this N naught was taken is equal to 1, but here inside the water this N naught will be taken is equal to 1.33. Here is some printing mistake, and by calculating out that theta, that is actually equal to sin inverse Na, that will be equal to sin inverse 0.15, and after the calculation we get this is equal to 0.15, and we will get this theta max is equal to 86 degree. Exercise number 3, one step index fiber in air has Na is equal to 0.16, core refractive index of 1.45, and core diameter is given as 60 cm. Determine the normalized frequency for the fiber when light as wavelength of 0.9 nanometer is transmitted. Here Na is given, N1 is given, diameter is given, and lambda, that wavelength, is given. And remember this, first of all, when we want to get this V, we have to convert all that units in MK system. So we will convert initially that centimeter into meter, micrometer into meter, So that d is equivalent to 0.6 centimeter and lambda naught is equivalent to 9 into 10 to the minus 7 meter, and we will use that formula for V number. Actually that normalized frequency asked here, this is actually that the V number. So V is equivalent to pi d by lambda naught. This is the formula, root of n1 square minus n2 square. By putting corresponding value of d, lambda naught, n1 and n2 here, one can get this V is equivalent to 3.35 into 10 to the power 5. So students should must calculate all this and get compare the result obtained here. Now exercise number 4, a step index fiber is made with core of index 1.5, diameter is given, fractional difference index, the delta, that is 0.007 is given, and it is operated with a wavelength of 1.3 mm. We have to find the V number and number of modes the fiber will support. So here N1 core index is given, means N1 is given, D is given in micrometer, so we have to convert it into meter, and that delta is equivalent to 0.007. So in the formula, this formula V is equivalent to pi d by lambda naught n1 square minus n2 square. What we are getting here, n1 is here, d is here, but lambda naught is not here. The lambda naught is 1.3 micrometer here, and what we have to find is n2. So in order to get this n2, we will use this formula, because that delta, that fractional core index is also, sorry, fractional difference index is also given. So by using this formula, delta is equivalent to n1 minus n2 by n1. By putting this, one can get n2. So first we will get n2 here, and by putting all these parameters given in the question, we will get V number is equivalent to 4.049, and that number of mode is defined as V square by 2 for single step index optical fiber. For gradient index it is V square by 4, but here for step index it is V square by 2. So by putting this V, we will get this number of mode is equivalent to 8.19. So this 8.19, so the number of mode, this is actually the integer, so the answer will be 8 modes. Question number 5, find the core radius necessary. We have to get the core radius necessary for single mode operation at 850 nanometer in SI step index fiber. N1 is given, N2 is given. What is the NA and maximum acceptance angle of this fiber? So we have to find three values, one for NA, second for acceptance angle, and one for the core radius. So for the core radius, we will use this formula for V number, and since here it is for the single mode, so for the single mode, that V number is defined as equivalent to 2.40. This is the condition for single mode and multi-mode. If this V number is less than or equivalent to 2.4045, then this is single mode. So for the single mode, we will use this pi d lambda naught n1 square n2 square, and here we will put this V n1 and n2. This is from n1 is given and n2 is given. N1 is 1.480, n2 is 1.4, and this is that value, and one can write this d is equivalent to meter first, and we will convert this in micrometer by using 1 micrometer is equivalent to 10 to the minus 6 meter, and the radius will be half of the diameter, so the radius of that optical fiber will be 1.89. For Na, the simple formula, root of n1 square minus n2 square. By putting this, we will get this 0.1715, and that acceptance angle is sine inverse Na, and is here, and one can get theta is equivalent to 905 degree and 12 seconds. So this is simply formula based, and some trick is here only. Question number 6 has two parts. One 6a, attenuation is given. So certain optical fiber has an attenuation of 3.5 decibel per kilometer at 850 mm. If 0.5 milliwatt of optical fiber is initially launched into the fiber, what is the power level in milliwatt after 4 km? So data is given, alpha is 3.5, initial power P0 is equivalent to this, and the length of cable L is equivalent to 4 km. This is the formula, alpha is equivalent to 10 by L log of P1 by P0, and we have to find this P0. So this alpha is equivalent to 3.5 decibel per kilometer here given. We will take L0 is 4 km here, and we can calculate this by transferring this L in this direction. So 3.5 decibel multiplied by 4, so that will be equal to 14 decibel. So after calculating this P naught is equal to 99.9 microwatt. So just to verify this result. Second part is an optical signal has lost 85% of its power after transversing 500 meters of the fiber. What is the loss in decibel per kilometer of this fiber? So loss means we have to calculate attenuation. For the attenuation, we will use this formula: alpha is equal to 10 by L log of Pi by P naught. Here this Pi is given. Oh sorry. Pi and P naught, the ratio is given because it is 85% of the total signal is lost. So this P naught is equal to 85% of Pi. So this is 0.85 milliwatt if we take this P1 is equal to 1 milliwatt. So L is equal to 500 meter. Again, this in this formula L is given in kilometers. So first we have to convert this 500 meter into kilometer. So 0.5 kilometer here. So alpha is equal to 10 by L log of Pi by P naught. So just put the value and calculate it, and that alpha is equal to 1.41 decibel per kilometer. So remember this is the unit. So here this length is in kilometer. Now question number 7. This is from the second part, that is from the laser. A laser beam can be focused on an area equal to the square of its wavelength. For helium gas laser, lambda is given. If the laser radiates energy of rate of 1 milliwatt, find out the intensity of focused beam. So we have to get the intensity of that focused beam. Intensity is actually defined as equal to power per unit area. So here power is given. Power is this is the power. Power is given 1 milliwatt, and we have to write in watt. So 10 to the minus 3 watt. Second, we must have this value of area. So area is defined as the square of wavelength. Wavelength is given. So lambda is equal to 6328 angstrom. So first of all we have to convert this into meter. So 6.328 into 10 to the minus 7, because 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the minus 7 meter. Now we will put this lambda to get this area. Area is equal to lambda square. So we will have this 40 into 10 to the power minus 14 meter approximately. So intensity is I is equal to P by A. So 10 to the minus 3 upon this area part, and we will get I is equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power 15 watt per meter square. It is seen that even though the laser power is quite small, this is very small, that is in milliwatt, its intensity is many times larger than that of the intensity of sunlight. In a helium neon laser, two plane mirrors forming the resonance cavity are distance at 0.5 meter. What is the mode of separation of longitudinal cavity in terms of frequency? We have to get the frequency. So difference between the frequencies of consecutive modes. So first we will take the first mode. So if we know the theory of that optical cavity, optical resonator, we have used that one condition. So for that the difference between two nodes, that is equivalent to lambda by 2, this is actually into L. So lambda, that is equal to 2L. So this delta nu, it is equivalent to C by 2L. It is derived from that lambda, it is equivalent to 2L, and that frequency is equivalent to C by lambda. So frequency and light, speed of light can be substituted here. So delta nu is equivalent to C by 2L. By putting the value of speed of light and 2 multiplied with this L is given 0.5. This is the difference between those two mirrors. So one can get nu is equivalent to 300 megahertz. So this is in the 10 to the power 8 hertz. So 10 to the power 6 is 1 mega. So this is 300 megahertz. Now exercise number 9. Find the intensity of laser beam of 10 milliwatt power and having the diameter of 1.3. Assume the intensity to be uniform across the beam. Obviously that intensity is defined as power per unit area. So that area is equal to pi r square, and pi r square radius is just the half of diameter. So that is d square by 4, and 4 is here now. So I is equal to p square by a can be written as equal to 4p upon pi d square. This is the diameter. So here that power is given in milliwatt, so we will convert this into watt, and diameter is given in millimeter, we have to convert in meter. So by putting this, one can get I is equal to 7.5 kilowatt per meter square. It's easy, but remember here students should just be careful about the conversion of units, milliwatt and this, and that conversion of that radius to diameter. Now the last question of this exercise, that is the question number 10. A helium neon laser operates with 150 volt 2 ampere power supply. The output is 100 milliwatt. What is the efficiency of conversion of electrical energy to coherence light energy? That efficiency is actually equal to the optical output upon electrical input. So output upon input is when it is multiplied by 100, then this is the percentage efficiency. So output is given as 100 milliwatt. So that output is equivalent to 100 milliwatt, in that is equivalent to 1 into 10 to the minus 3 watt. And what's about that electrical input? For electrical input we are using that 150 watt voltage and 2 ampere power. So this can be converted into energy. So power is equivalent to V multiplied by I. So this is V multiplied by 2. So this is output power, and this is input power, output power in form of optical, input power in form of electrical. So multiplied by 100, one can get that efficiency in terms of percentage. So 0.043 into 10 to the minus 2. Okay, thank you all. So enjoy learning.